Hello, my lovely. You didn't get to where you are in your business by doing shit the way that everybody else does. And you know that what got you to where you are now is not going to get you to where you want to be. And if you are listening to this podcast, it's because you want to be the go-to for what you do better than anyone else. Your brilliance is the niche. Being you, that bold, unfuckwithable presence that you've secretly been craving to set free, she is in there. And that means you will have to burn some old bridges down. And attracting your people will also repel those who are not for you. Fucking hooray. Becoming a force of nature business and brand means no more Miss People Pleaser, no more hiding your turbo brain, no more dimming down jack shit. And if you have ever been told to tone it down as a woman with ADHD, it's time to tone your shit all the way the fuck back up. That is how you create unstoppable momentum in your business and visibility that is something you've been avoiding, but that you truly want. This podcast is about stepping into your upgrade, watering down anything, never change the fucking world. You were not born to be forgettable. And as one of my all-time favorite quotes says, well-behaved women rarely make history, and nothing about you or me is well-behaved, at least not anymore. In today's episode, I am going to discuss a mindset shift that my clients have often come to me with, but not always. And so this is something that I wanted to share with you in case you have not tapped into this mindset switch yet. And this is something that has to happen in order for you to make sure that your business growth, whatever that metric is, whatever that means to you, whether it's money, number of clients, freedom, your time, however that looks to you, that feeling and that success becomes inevitable. So from one force of nature to another, turn the volume up to an 11 and welcome to the Feral Women's Club. Let's get this party started. Welcome back to the ADHD Entrepreneur, the podcast for feral women with ADHD who own businesses and refuse to play by the fucking rules because there aren't any. They're all just made up as we go along. My name is Carrie. I'm your host, and I am the chief weirdo of Carrie Out Loud. If you are new here, I'm so glad you found the podcast. Welcome. In case you don't know, my mission is to help as many women with ADHD and service-based businesses like you scale their business and increase their flow of money, honey, in a way, especially, this is the most important part, in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming or heavy. So if you want to run a business that feels light and is sustainable for the marathon and not the sprint, you are absolutely in the right place. And I'm so glad that you are here. I understand your ADHD both personally and professionally. So everything I share here is my 25 years of experience and my ADHD experience in running businesses, all filtered through the lens of having ADHD so that you have guidance for the way that your brain works. And last but not least, my philosophy when it comes to having ADHD and doing business. I am all about focusing on the upsides of our beautiful Technicolor brains and showing you how to use it as your secret weapon and your secret advantage in your business. But I also acknowledge that ADHD is nuanced. It definitely has challenges that are very real, and you can navigate them and live an amazing life and have the business of your dreams. So I want you to also know, I don't believe that ADHD is a disability. It is a difference in how we're wired. And I know that ADHD women can do whatever the fuck they put their minds to because I work with them day in and day out, and I am one. So if that is not your jam, I may not be your jam, and that's okay. But if you do share this point of view or this piques your curiosity, stick around. So let's get into the mindset shift. One of the things that I see really make a difference in my clients' business growth, of course, there is strategy. Of course, there is intention, but mindset is a big thing that comes with all of this. It's not one or the other. It's the both and, not the either or. This mindset shift will help you make more money, straight up, because this shift gives you a different perspective of your business and how you run it. And it is the difference between what I call the "I hope this works" mindset and the "my success is inevitable and this is all data" mindset. And these sound very different. I'm going to tell you how the hopeful sounds, how the inevitable sounds, and add in a little bit of the ADHD elements into here as well. So I want you to think about which of these categories you feel like you fall into right now, because this could be part of what is holding you back, or holding your revenue back, holding you back, holding the decisions or choices you make back. This can factor into a lot of different areas of your business. That is why this is so fucking important. So let's talk about what the hope it will work mindset sounds like. Maybe if I just keep posting, something will happen. I hope people will find me. I'm waiting to feel ready before I launch. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'll do. I'm trying everything to see what sticks. Maybe I just need one more course or certification or strategy or piece of tech. Insert thing here. Maybe I just need something that's outside of you. I hope I'm doing this right. This has to be perfect. Please let this work. Those are thoughts that come from hoping your business goes well, that it's successful, that success is inevitable. Now, let's filter those through having neurodivergence. These are some of the specific hope-based thoughts you could be having, or that you may have had in the past, or that you feel right now. And so these are like a subsection of what I just shared with you, but very specific to you. Maybe this new exciting idea is the one that will finally work. Novelty seeking versus follow through. That's what's living there. I hope I can stay focused on this long enough to see results. Maybe if I wait until I have the perfect system, I'll be able to stick with it. I'm hoping this hyper focus lasts long enough to finish. Been there. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this after losing interest in the initial like dopamine phase of a new product, a new launch, a new arm of your business, or just getting that basic foundation built or restructured underneath you so that it carries you and holds you and your business up, the scaffolding. I hope I remember to do the important tasks today. Maybe if I try harder to be neurotypical, it'll work. That's masking. I'm waiting to feel more motivated instead of building systems that work with my brain. Have you ever felt any of those ways? I know I've felt those things from time to time. We're all going to have thoughts and feelings that come and go. But I'm talking about if these are things that are living with you 24/7, 365, this could be a very big thing that is holding you back. So, what does the success is inevitable mindset sound like? What does that sound more like for us, for you, for me? This setback is just showing me what to adjust, not whether to continue or not. I'm not hoping for customers. I am solving a problem that people are happy to pay me for. How can I make this work? Instead of, will this work? How can I adjust this? How can I tweak this to make this more inevitable in working? That's a big one. What is the next action? Instead of waiting for motivation. Because if you are waiting for motivation, good luck. Sometimes you have to create the habits and not wait for motivation, because if you've been waiting for motivation, think about how long you've been waiting for. Exactly. So this is something that you can use your curiosity, because your brain is very curious. It's our nature to find out what the next best step is, rather than waiting to have some big motivation strike you. I'm building systems that work without me consistently pushing to work harder, pushing to do more. Actually, less is more. So when you have systems that work without you constantly pushing, that means you're going to have more energy back. This is taking longer than expected, so I just need to adjust my timeline, or I need to adjust my expectations, or both. Could be both. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. If you don't think that any major business owner has never failed along the way, along their road, think again. We have all face planted. It just depends. Do you get back up, brush off, take in the data and keep moving, or do you lay there? That's up to you. I'm committing resources because this is happening, not if it happens. That can be many different things. You can commit resources to getting a virtual assistant who will help you with basic little things to take those little parts and pieces off your brain that are making them crazy so that you can open for more creativity and more flow in your own business. Sometimes it is a couple of small things that a VA can take off of your plate that literally makes all the difference in the world. Ask me how I know. You don't have to ask me, I'll tell you. That was one of the big pivotal moments in my business, was realizing that me trying to do everything myself and thinking that I'm supposed to hold it all up, that was holding me up. And once I finally let go of this little thing, controlling every little aspect of my business and having people that I trust help me, that changed. That changed dramatically. Now, the key distinction between the hopeful thinking and the inevitable thinking is that the inevitable success comes from commitment and taking adaptive action, meaning you take actions to adapt to what's happening. We're pretty good at that. I mean, we're good at maneuvering and finding solutions where other people see walls. So that's something that just comes naturally to you and I by nature. Now, hope-based thinking keeps you passive. It keeps you dependent on external validation and kudos for every fucking thing you do, which you do not need. And perfect conditions of some sort, you wait for those, and those aren't going to happen. It's never going to be a perfect condition. It's about making the move, taking the next step, getting curious about what comes next, and putting that into effect. Success being inevitable also means not having a fucking plan B. Okay. I'm not saying not having ways to support yourself while you're building your business. I'm not saying if you have a job and you're running your business full time and you have a job full time and that's what you are doing to get your business off the ground, that's not having a plan B. That's using your job or using a paycheck or employment to fund your dream. That is very different than having a plan B. Having a plan B means, well, I hope it works. My mentor, Z, she used a phenomenal analogy that I loved, and I'm going to share it with you. If you went into a doctor's office, I might have already used this one, but if I did, it applies here. If you go into a doctor's office and they say to you, I'm going to prescribe you this medication for what's going on with you. I hope it works. And I hope this gets you to where you're going. Wouldn't you be like, what in the whole entire fuck? What are you talking about? Right? But if that same doctor says, here's the prescription, here's what I'm giving to you, here's when you take it, this is what's going to happen. If these issues come up, call me here, da, da, da. That's not them being wishy-washy or having a plan B. The same goes for you. The same goes for your business. And you will do in your business what it takes to get where you're going. And that's going to look different for every single human being. That is going to look different for every last one of us. But it doesn't mean it's not available to you. It just means it may look different for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, something I've mentioned in other episodes before, but I want to mention this in a slightly different way today, is that having a solid reason, a deep or deeply personal to you reason why you're building the business you are, what it means to you and why you're doing it, why you're here. This is something that has to be really honed in on because it will be the North Star of you and your business and what you're doing and the energy and effort you're putting in on days you feel like you want to bang your head against the fucking wall, or it hasn't been a good day or a good week. You're feeling frustrated. This is something that helps keep your eye on the prize, where you want to go. Now, my why is so solid, nothing gets in my way. I believe my success is inevitable. I believe that even when I got diagnosed with ADHD while running this business, as a matter of fact, that made so many things better. Even though I still have days where my brain feels like all the squirrels are loose, I still believe my success is always going to be happening for me and that I will get through that day. And understanding why I do what I do is the anchor. But there's one other piece. Your reason for doing what you do, in order to get through those days that are challenging, they have to align with how your brain works. So I want you to ask yourself this question, really research, really like dig into your own brain here and ask yourself, are you more motivated to move towards pleasure or away from pain? Right? Which one motivates you more? Determine which you are and reframe your why in that way. And let me know if you lean more towards pleasure or away from pain kind of human. Which one are you? Neither is right, but knowing which one you are will help you understand how you're motivated in all kinds of ways, not just your why. And so taking a look at these thoughts in your head, taking a look at how your brain starts to speak to you when you are not having a good day, when you are not having necessarily the progress you want to have, those feelings, thinking about how your brain processes that. What is your internal dialogue? Is your internal dialogue more of feeling just hoping? I hope it'll work. Most of you listening, that's not you. But if it is you, that doesn't mean it can't change, because I definitely have been this way before in my life. I've definitely felt those feelings, but that doesn't mean that I live there. And when you shift your mindset from hope to inevitability and know that, yes, you're going to have challenging days, but don't stay stuck in them, you will be able to move forward faster. And if you are at a clog in revenue, if your income has not been increasing or your business isn't growing in the way you want it to, absolutely take a look at this. Are you more motivated towards moving towards pleasure or moving away from pain? And really digging into the way your brain thinks when you are having a difficult time. Are you rooted in hope or are you rooted in inevitability? This is a short one today. So with that, I'm going to end this episode. If you'd like to get in my ecosystem and keep up with the latest and greatest, hop onto my newsletter, The Frequency, exclusively for women like us who are in service-based businesses, who have ADHD and are looking to grow. The link is in the show notes. And if you have any questions about working with me or joining my Neurospicy Sisterhood Mastermind, which is the only mastermind exclusively for women like you, or you want to chat about simplifying your business for growth, what it looks like working together, any of that, feel free to book a free clarity call with me. The link is also in the show notes, or slide into my DMs on Instagram at Carry Out Loud. It's 30 minutes. It's not a coaching call. I get to know you. I ask you questions about your business, your growth, your goals, your desires, and we see if it's a match to work together. It's that easy. So until next week, I see you. I love you. And I am fucking rooting for you always. Stay feral, bitches. Bye. Oh, hey, you're still here. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. Be sure to check out the show notes for all the ways to follow me. And of course, my goal is to find and help as many women with ADHD get away from the 9-to-5 grind, because it's just not designed for our neurospicy brilliance, and there are other ways to do life. So by subscribing, sharing, and giving a 5-star review, it helps other women find this podcast as well. And if there's an episode you really love, please feel free to take a screenshot and share it on your social and tag me in it so that I can thank you personally. Until next time, you spicy brained unicorn. Bye.